The lesson is going to continue in the General Ledger module. So the next part of the General Ledger module, when you're setting up the General Ledger, is to set up your account ranges. The account ranges determine how your financial statement is going to look. And as I said a little earlier when we were talking before the video was going, I like to identify based on GAAP all of my item numbers, starting with ones are assets, and you can see over here that it shows you that this is an asset. And then you can put all your own titling in here. So one of the things I like to do is have my my income separated by 4, so everything that starts with a 1 is an asset, everything that starts with a 2 is a liability, everything that starts with a 3 is an equity, everything starting with a 4 is going to be an income account, everything starting with a 5 is a miscellaneous account, and I'd like to, cost of good account, and everything starting with a 6, I really like this to be my marketing expenses. So anything, so I'm going to change that. Spell that right? Marketing. And that way it'll separate it on my chart of accounts. Now, if you can see here, 7,000, I'd like that to go to 8,999 as operating expenses. And then I'm going to add a line and make it 9,000 through 999 is going to be other expenses. So now we've rearranged how your financial report would look. Now, as we print your financial reports, you'll be able to refine that. And you can have as many categories as you want. And if you remember correctly, in the other accounting system that you were using, when you tried to rearrange it, you blew up the whole general ledger. Remember that? Ours doesn't do that. And I'm going to go ahead and save it by hitting the little red X. Any questions about how account ranges work? No. Okay, so we're going to continue here. The next thing is we have to set up the types of journal entries that you're going to be making. So by going into the journal entry type, you can see I set up beginning balance, I've set up general ledger transactions, but you might also have transactions that relate directly to AR, cash receipts, cash disbursements. So I'm going to put CR for cash receipt transaction. And down here we're going to say what number do we want to start at, so that it'll have its own series of numbers. I'm just going to put a 1. So do you kind of understand how that works? So it helps you identify the journal entries that you're going to be making so that you can easily spot them when you run reports. Okay, any questions on account types, journal entry types? No. The next thing is how to enter a general ledger account number or maintain it. One of the things that you had here was this account here, which doesn't exist in your system, so we're going to edit that. By clicking on it, I can just simply change it. Now, if I try to enter an account number, let's say I put an account number that starts with the number 1, the system will automatically fill in the A. So based on that range that I set up, that's what type of account it's going to create. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay? If you're going to set up budgets, this is a budget type entry. So if you do a budget, it's going to want to know, let's say for instance it's the 2008 budget. 0, oops, no, let's change it. It's a 1 digit. So if I put a 1, 2008 budget. Okay, this will then allow us to set our budgets up. You're not at the point yet where you're doing budgeting, but ultimately you're going to want to do budgeting. So any questions on anything within the maintaining of the general ledger?
No.
None. Okay, so I'm going to stop the recording here.